Fraudulent DBQs were just spoke about at the House VA subcommittee, and you're gonna find that Representative Luttrell did not like the VA's answer. It's a 2-minute clip. Let's go ahead and watch this and we'll give our thoughts.
Mr. Berg, since the OIG's March 23 report showing that 44% of disability compensation exams were unnecessary, what's the VA doing to reduce unnecessary exams for our veterans?
Yeah, thank you for this question, sir. We have actually spent a lot of energy in reducing unnecessary development, specifically the Overdevelopment Reduction Task Force version 2, which wraps up at the end of this month, was specifically focused on exams. We focused on vendor exams, private DBQs, automation exams, and also the utilization and the effectiveness of a new exam request tool. This working group alone has been operating for most of FY24. They've already identified more than 60 manual change needs, improvements to tools and technologies, partnership with the IG on how to detect and report fraudulent DBQs, how to strengthen the messaging of using acceptable medical evidence and reducing unnecessary exams. Because as you're aware and we're aware, calling a veteran into an exam that's not necessary is expensive, it's inconvenient, it can be confusing, and it delays the process. So we have focused significant efforts this year on the second version of the Overdevelopment Reduction Task Force, and I will commit now there will be a third one in FY25.
Okay, so when this task force is finished and the next one ramps back up, at what point are you going to push this out to all the VA facilities, and this problem will be remedied? Because that seems like a pretty heavy lift.
That is an extremely heavy lift. That's why we are on version 2, and there will be a version 3.
How many are we going?
Until we fix it.
Oh, man.
Until we fix it.
Okay. And I would assume there's not a kind of a time frame at which that's going to hit Conroe, Texas, and I can tell all of my folks that we're good to go.
Every year I'm in this role, there will be one until we fix it.
Okay.
It's a big issue. We've got a lot of work to do.
There are two things that come out of that 2-minute clip. They are, the VA is looking for fraudulent DBQs. We just were notified of Veterans Guardian talking about allegations of fraudulent DBQs. I'm gonna link that video down below. If you're wondering where I'm at and why it looks like I'm in a barracks room, that's because I'm at a church camp right now volunteering, so you're gonna have to excuse the audio and where we're at right now. But the VA is actively looking at fraudulent DBQs. That's number one, okay? This is a fact. We've now heard it from the VA themselves at the House subcommittee. Number two is a huge issue, which is unwarranted C&P exams. There's really kind of there's more, but it really boils down to 2 avenues. Number one is gonna be when a veteran has a condition that's not static or that was static, and now the VA is ordering a re-examination to either keep that rating the same. That's really probably not the goal. It's probably to decrease that rating or increase that rating, okay? That's one avenue of unwarranted C&P exams. The other avenue of unwarranted C&P exams, and it kind of goes hand in hand with that fraudulent DBQs, is when a veteran submits a truly fully developed claim. So the in-service event, the current diagnosis, and the Nexus, which by the way would have a DBQ, okay? That's why this conversation is linked together. When a veteran truly submits a fully developed claim, they're not supposed to have a C&P exam. And what's funny is the VA is kind of beefing up saying, hey, we are doing all this good work with this task force. But then Luttrell's like, okay, so this is version 2. You plan on doing version 3. You say you're gonna keep doing versions as long as this person has their job. Well, when's the issue gonna be fixed, right? That's never answered. And I think it's implied with Representative Luttrell's kind of huff at the end there, because it's like, hey man, we're glad, we are happy to spend money to combat fraudulent DBQs and to combat unwarranted C&P exams, because if it's going to be a veteran-centric VA, why inconvenience a veteran with one, just going to an exam in the first place and then messing with that rating, right? If the veteran takes the time to get a fully developed claim, why order a CMP exam? It's a waste of manpower and resources and money, okay? And the VA's answer is like, well, we have a plan to do task forces, but we essentially, he said, they don't have a plan to actually fix the issue, just to keep rolling out these like test beds. And so that's what really came about. The reason fraudulent DBQs is linked to the unwarranted CMP exams is because of how many people, we're just gonna say people, are submitting fully developed claims with templated, like boilerplate DBQs, especially for mental health, right? The Veterans Guardian allegations, that the video that we just did, which is going to be pinned below in the comment, really looks at depression secondary to chronic pain, which is definitely real, but every single veteran having a 50% plus rating, that's going to start raising some questions. And obviously there's a boilerplate template there that people are using as a Nexus letter template, which does not exist, by the way. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on both issues, the fraudulent DBQs and the unwarranted CMP exams. And remember, CMP exams kind of have those two roads, right? The re-examination route and then the fully developed claim route. I want to hear your thoughts, and thank you very much for staying until the end. If you stayed till the end, make sure you say BBN. That stands for Big Blue Nation. It's a college basketball thing in Kentucky. But it lets me know that you stayed till the end. And if you say BBN, I will answer any question that you put down below in the comments. Thank you very much.